Pokémon Science and
Pokemon Science and Magic.
Well, let's get a recap.
By Thor's request, we went to see the guild member of Finch City, Fester, and challenged him to a battle in his own turf at the Starlight Carnival. This, along with all of our previous accomplishments so far, impressed Thor. So much so, he requested us to assist him in a special job, one on Woodstoke Island, which he had to attend.
Clearly of high importance.
So now, we have officially arrived at the island via boat. But what exactly is this mysterious job that Thor was requested to do? Well, we're about to find out right now.
With his girlfriend.
Stay tuned as our journey continues today.
Given how meaty these parts are, I imagine this is probably going to be around at least cardinal length. Maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter. Who knows? These things are roughly an hour long. Then again, we've been going on for over an hour and we're still like in the first half. Then again, that was still mostly introductions, and intros usually take a while. Looks at Sun and Moon's intro and stuff like that. So, you know, at some point we are going to get more in the flow. Plus, he is doing with more voice acting stuff. In parts, really. And going into more detail with stuff.
Welcome, my friends, to Woodstoke Island.
It's so scandalous.
Whichever you prefer. A lovely spot this is. Kinda reminds me when me and my lovely dear Rachel first met. Where was it now? Oh yes, Magpie Town, I believe it was. That's where she's from. Oh, you'd love it there, player. They've got these massive gorges and beautiful rivers. It's a lovely place to be. A lovely place for a lovely woman, I'd say. Speaking of whom, I think I better get some flowers for her while we're here. You just look around for the time being, player. I'll be in the flower shop if you need me. This place sells only the greatest and finest bluebells. And they are my dear Rachel's favorite flowers after all. I just simply have to get them for her. So you just do whatever you want for the time being, player. I'll be right back. Looks like Thor has completely forgotten why we're here.
Gee, seriously.
But while he's away, this does give us the opportunity to look around the town, accept a few side quests, and of course, check out a few places. One nice little spot that we can visit is the Woodstoke Beach, which isn't too far from the town. So while Thor is busy flower shopping, let's go and check it out, shall we?
Hey, you know, you may have forgotten over here, but let's be honest, we all do side quests and stuff like that when we first enter a new place. Like, okay, I gotta find where this stuff is and this stuff is, you know? So they can't really be too mean to Thor for doing exactly what we would do. Or maybe it's just a me thing.
Well, this looks like a nice spot. If you ever
Although
want
I
to
usually
kick
don't
back
talk to the
and
NPCs,
relax
but
and
then
just
again,
enjoy the
that usually
scenery,
costs me
as well
items.
as the day in general, Woodstoke Beach is the
Sometimes I give
perfect
away
place
stuff.
to do it. Plenty of trainers come from all around the region just to this one spot, just to enjoy this beautiful setup. So obviously you can find plenty of trainers just relaxing on the beach, as well as a few side quests you can do, like helping some marine biologists clean up the beach from garbage. Not to mention a handful of boulders that you can smash here, should you want to try and find yourself a fossil Pokemon here. But if not, there's a handful of new Pokemon that we can find
here?
should we investigate around the patches of
I imagine they'd be
grass
like the
near
diggers
ocean.
in the
Continuing
open world
on our
of
regional
Sword and Shield.
variant train,
Oh, hello.
we have
Teddiursa.
Teddiursa, the little bear Pokemon.
I love this thing's
Teddiursa
look,
gained
especially the
this form
hat.
in this region
Reminds
by
me
living
of,
near lakes, rivers, or in
Paddington.
this case, the ocean. They are brilliant fish hunters, easily able to capture their prey thanks to the remarkably grittable claws that they have. You see, their claws kind of act like hooks, and because of this, they're able to capture fish Pokemon through a technique called noodling.
Ooh.
Because of this, fishermen try to capture a Krytonium Teddiursa to take with them at all times, because it is believed that having one of these will bring you good luck when you fish. Another mon that you can find here is Proppin, the Puffin Pokemon. These guys, because of their cute appearance, are a very popular Pokemon,
I don't think we've
in the
had
region, and a very rare sight too.
Puffin Pokemon.
In fact, because of its cuteness, children who spot it will often try to cuddle it to death, or in some cases, fight over who gets to touch it first.
Ew.
Because of how drawn
the Pokemon
to
be
it
like, I
people
did not
are, Puffin
consent.
are very antisocial and don't really prefer to go anywhere where people are. Not bad, right? Hope you plan on capturing one of these two to add to your team.
I kind of want to capture Teddy Ursa just because it's so
other
cute.
Pokemon that you can find on
Plus, I don't think my team is a water type yet.
Washed up on the sand or in the grass, you can find Meryl, Roggenrola, Sandygast, Crytonium Wooloo, Crytonium Shellos, and should you decide to do some fishing or go for a swim,
some of the Pokemon that we haven't met yet in this region, but you know what I mean, new Pokemon.
Corphish and Whalmer.
I've never used Corphish in a game because I never usually catch to that point. They usually say for like the Ultra Rod or whatever the fuck, you know?
Man, I bet that Rachel will love these. I can't wait to see her milky white smile once she sees these beauties.
Would it be Miltank White Smile?
Ah, player!
No, wait, Milk
You must check out this flower shop in town. They sell only the finest... why are you looking at me like that?
I imagine the flower shop would have like
we're supposed to visit that dusty old temple on the other side of the island. Apparently there's an item in there that we have to collect. Something about protecting it from falling into the wrong hands.
I don't know if it was that in one of the expansions, I don't know. I bought the first expansion and
the
said,
Double
fuck
C
it,
didn't exactly make this job 100% clear. Regardless, we better make it to that temple. Any job requested by the Double C is serious business. But not as serious as collecting flowers for my good dear, of course.
It's amazing to me, the fact that this thing, that Sword got so much complaining and bitching from the fan base. And it became the third highest grossing Pokemon game of all time. Or generation of all time. I think the only things beating are probably like Gen 1 and 2 off the top of my head, and that's not even me knowing for sure. I didn't like Google or anything. Gen 1 was just a safe bet, and as far as I know, I guess Gen 2 would be safe because it's right at the tail end of Pokemania.
Welp, on our way to the mysterious temple at last. But before we can get there, we must go through the lush forest of Route 5. In fact, is it me? Or does this forest get thicker and thicker the more we travel through it? Regardless, this greenery obviously means that it's a great spot to find some wild Pokemon. So let's dig around for a wee bit while we're traveling and see what else we can find. Make sure you mind where you step, because a boulder that you might bump into could be a Trollbull in disguise. Trollbull is the troll Pokemon. A little nature lover with a bit of a mischievous side. Trollbull are capable of literally turning into rocks, which they use to disguise themselves to escape predators, or in some cases have some mischievous fun. One of their favorite things to do is turn into a boulder, and then wait for an unassuming Pokemon/trainer to pass by. And once that happens, they jump scare you.
It got me, I won't lie.
Here's a calmer one. This is Meelove, the Scarf Pokemon. These little bundle of joys have a remarkably soft body, making them very cuddly and very good emotional support animals. In this region, Meelove symbolize love and compassion. So much so that some people will even take one of these Pokemon to their weddings, simply because it's believed if you marry while you have a Meelove, both you and your newlywed will never be separated by hatred. On top of that, these lassies have a new special ability called Sweetie Pie. Basically, if the opponent is under the attraction status, facing a Pokemon with this special ability, the chances of them actually attacking are reduced from 50% to 35%, making it even harder for them to pull out a move while under the attraction status. if your interest isn't piqued by these two, there are still a handful of other Pokemon that you can find here. Dig deep enough and you'll find Murkrow, Sil and Cascoon, Skiploom, Tailo, Hoodwing, Lemmingboo, Whirlisaccoon, Critonium Centrit, Punkaboo, Critonium Wooloo, and Shroomish. Just make sure you don't dig too deep now. You don't want to end up getting lost here. However, should we stick in the right direction, we should be able to find the mysterious temple that Thor was talking about. In fact, I think I see it in the distance.
The wood temple. Imagination.
Wow.
Pretend it's made of wood.
Just look at this place. It looks so, well, ancient.
It looks like a
Looks
Disney
like nobody's
castle.
been here for, what, a few thousand years?
But again,
But
imagination.
even so, the question still stands. What is this dusty old thing doing in the middle of this forest in the first place?
This
And who the
island
heck
forest.
built this thing to begin with? Well, regardless of such, it looks like we aren't the first ones here. Look. Hey, what are you doing here? Scummy little trainers like yourself shouldn't be crawling about. Not when Team Ragnarok is doing an important job. So shoo off.
Make me.
If you insist.
Ooh, she has 3 Pokemon.
Get ready to be pulverized. Go, Pokemon!
She's throwing all 3 of them at once. How's it cool to get through it?
Wait, what? No! You got lucky, kid. But if you think you've stopped our plans just by beating me, you're sorely mistaken. There's more where that came from. Plenty more. And I'll make sure to bring it to you.
Ragnarok are clearly interested in this place.
Sorry I'm late, player. I almost got lost in that confounded forest.
Pokeball is in Thor's hand. It's an Ultra Ball.
Whoa. So this is that wood temple that they wanted us to check out. Was there anything that I missed?
Team Ragnarok was here.
What? Ragnarok? What would those dreaded hooligans want with this dusty old place? Ugh. I don't know why, but that lot has been acting quite weird lately. I mean, I understand that they're willing to accept any job so long as it gives them money, but stealing artifacts from museums, stealing armor fragments, and now stealing from this dusty old place? What would this mysterious client of Team Ragnarok's want with all this stuff? Ugh, trying to wrap my head around this lot makes me more dizzy than a spinder. But I suppose we can't dwell on it for long. After all, the more time we waste, the longer Team Ragnarok can take to do whatever it is they intend to do here. So come on, player, let's show these hooligans what a real guild can do. Ugh, it smells like old wallpaper in here. I don't understand how such a relic of a building could have something so important to steal. Well, neither do we, pretty boy, but you don't see any of us complaining about it. Indeed, we're paid to accept jobs, not ask questions. There you are, you criminal scum! Look, I don't know what you intend to do with this dusty old place, nor do I know who's paying you to do all of this garbage, but it's going to stop now. And while I'm at it, just for good measure, I'll be getting back those armor fragments that you stole from my professor. Oh, you mean those armor fragments those other grunts stole? Look, we weren't responsible for it, pal, but they're long gone now. Indeed, they're gone. Long gone. Sold off. Do you know how expensive those fragments are outside of this region? Oh, I am 100% aware of how expensive they are, which is why I'm going to make both of you pay for them.
Probably the main mechanic of this game.
Last penny.
A region. So of course it'd be worth a lot outside of it. So assuming this would be a double battle,
I will assist you in this battle. Go, Hammer Edge! Looks like Thor has a new Pokemon on his side. This is Hammer Edge, the Lightning Strike Pokemon. The spirit of a vital and strong, hardy man created this creature.
Sounds like Honing.
That man's spirit injects this Pokemon with massive amounts of electricity, allowing this Pokemon to call down lightning strikes with a single hit. In fact, it's said if you wield this Pokemon, both thunder and lightning will bow to your whim.
Sheesh.
Anyway, these lads have a new special ability called Lightning Hammer. I think this attack is pretty self-explanatory.
It's gonna hit really hard.
Ugh, sheesh. Pretty boy's got some bite. Ha! There you go, you hooligans. We beat you. No. You beat us. Not this runt. Exactly. You, pretty boy, are the one with all the power and skill. This little runt was just here to cheer you on. If it weren't for your heavy lifting, I'd say we would have beaten this runt with one hand tied behind our backs.
Taken basically the most powerful member of the
player
league.
here has no skill. Regardless of such, it doesn't even matter that you, Thor, managed to beat us, because we brought one of our admins here today, and when he comes across you lot, you're gonna be sorry. Exactly.
It would be interesting
if
though,
I were you, I would
Thor
turn
here's
back
helping you out here, and then later in the
have
game you help another new recruit out, and you basically be what Thor was to you.
Pay no attention to them, player.
Sorry,
even without my help, you fought honorably. Don't let their sinful words harm you. We still have to focus on the bigger picture, after all. Onward, player, to the fall of Team Ragnarok. Well, you heard the man. Let's move out. But while we're moving through this place, I guess I might as well explain these temples. Long story short, this won't be the last one that you visit throughout your journey. And basically, they act as dungeons, mazes that you have to navigate through. And, in the case of this one, try to take out the many Team Ragnarok grunts that are storming around it. You can't find any Pokemon here just yet, at least until you get over this part of the story. But if you choose to come back here later, you can find a handful of them. Mostly a handful of grass-type Pokemon like Punkaboo, Applin, Chipbug, Whirlisacoon, Troble, Sewaddle, Seedot, and Forseed. Though nothing new, beating all these Team Ragnarok grunts is bound to give Pokemon in your party a lot of XP. More than enough for some of them to finally start evolving. So, let's just take a break from the action for a bit and see what those Pokemon will evolve into.
I wonder what Pumpkaboo will evolve into. Lemon Boo. Supergirl's feet. Nope. Gazelle, though. Ooh, nice. Shrewderol. Neat. Ooh,
ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, because your Lemmingboo has evolved into Shrewderol, the pillow Pokemon. Shrewderol are covered in a thick coat of fur. This protects them from the cold, and also makes them very soft and squishy, hence why they're called the pillow Pokemon. In fact, campers will often take this little guy with them on their field trips, just so they can lay their heads on its back.
I hope it likes that. Ooh, Valerie's evolving. I think in the original Science and Magic evolved there too, but I don't remember what it was. Ooh. I think I looked around this. Valoraptor. Yeah, that sounds about right. Why change the design?
Congratulations, because around this time it will have finally evolved into a Valoraptor, the strike bird Pokemon. These guys are remarkably territorial, but also very protective of their homes. In fact, they were so territorial that back in the old days, people used to use them to defend castles. In a flock consisting of both these guys and Valerie, Valoraptor would be the lookouts, as well as the secondary commanders of sorts, leading flocks of Valeries to attack their victims or their prey. Also, I should mention that these Pokemon have access to a new flying type move called Talon Tag. Although this move lacks a bit of power, it makes up for it with being a priority attack, which means it always hits first, and it has the ability to make the opponent flinch.
Ooh, that's good. Real good. Oh god, it's gonna kick my ass. It's just all fists. There's no other change, just pure fists. Oh good, it looks much cooler than the original.
Congratulations, because your Crytonium Wooloo has evolved into Woolarm, the
I like how it looks like it's from
Rather than
arms.
a regional variant of Dubwool, Wooloo gained the ability to evolve into this Pokemon through their rivalry with Woolert. These Pokemon are proud fighters, using the fist-like appendages on their head to completely batter the opponent into submission. Their fighting skills alone put most Hitmonchan to shame. Just one hit from one of those arms is like being hit by a bullet train.
Oof.
You know, whenever some of my Pokemon start evolving, I always feel a great amount of accomplishment.
Same.
But don't worry, the evolutions won't stop here. Be assured, plenty more of your Pokemon will evolve as the series goes on. In the meantime, it's a good thing that some of ours have evolved already, because when it comes to taking on strong trainers like Team Ragnarok, the extra firepower is always appreciated. So, let's keep going, shall we? It looks like this is the end of the line. I don't get it. For what purpose would Team Bedrock want to come here? There's nothing but patched up stone and ruins. I really don't know why anyone would bother coming here.
Well, we did.
Wait. Hold on. What's that?
Scrolls.
It's a scroll. Hold on a minute. Yes, I think I've seen that before. Columbity City had a scroll just like that one.
I was about to say, be like, I
It was
hope
one
you
of
know
the
what
items
scrolls
that
are.
Team Bedrock stole. That must mean the research they stole from Columbity City's museum must have been about the scroll. But who would want any of this stuff? Well,
Apparently,
I
Team
don't
Ragnarok.
think we should give them the honor of having them. What do you say, player? Let's take this scroll and... Hold it right there, Squirtles!
Huh? Okay, Guzma.
I think you have something that belongs to us.
Probably a
That's
Ragnarok
them,
admin.
sir. Those are the two guild members that have been getting in our way. Really? Well, glad I could come along, because now I get to teach these two some manners. And just who do you think you are, boy? 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 I'll have you know I'm just as old as you are.
Girl!
And in case you're wondering, I'm one of Team Ragnarok's newest members. Bart is my name. Doing Team Ragnarok's finest dirty work is my game, and I put wannabe trainers like yourself to shame. Wait, you mean you willingly joined Team Ragnarok? Yeah, duh. But I don't really see a problem with that. After all,
my shorts.
Not only do they let me do some really cool things, but they let you get a ton of money out of it too. They're way more fun than most of the other boring guilds that are in this region. Huh, that's it, isn't it? Money, money, money. Nothing else seems to matter to you, Team Ragnarok grunts, doesn't it? What can I say? A man's gotta make his living in the world somehow. Besides, that's not entirely true. For example, that scroll over there matters to me, mostly because me and my lads want it. So move aside, pretty boy. Well, since you asked so nicely, I think not. Player, I'll take care of all these grunts. I think you're more than a match for this little tyrant. What? This joke? Are you kidding me? This little punk looks so soft. I bet I can beat him faster than you can say Rapidash. I expected more from you four, having to rely on this little rat-a-tat for backup. But if you would like me to have the honors of crushing his hopes and dreams, well, I'll be happy to oblige. Let's go, you little snow runt.
He's got 3 Pokemon.
This is gonna be fun. Go, Spinnerack!
Alright.
Damn it. Lucky shot, kid. Go, Growlithe! What? Okay, now I'm starting to get ticked off. But you're
a cow, man.
My home runner. Go, bat him up.
What?
Well, it looks like we have another new Pokemon on our hands. Another new evolution of a Pokemon, so to speak. Bat-em-up is the Ghost Bat Pokemon, and the evolved form of Petrabat, evolving if you manage to level it up at night above level 20. These creatures went from stressed and filled with anxiety to ruffians, straight up ambush predators of the night. They are a lot more aggressive than their pre-evolution, and mostly prey on Pokemon who foolishly decide to come out at night, alone.
What could
There are
possibly
even
go
some
wrong?
cases where they will attack humans. And considering what they have at the end of their tails, I think you can see how they attack their prey. No, we are not dealing with that in this series. Not after that whole Wooloo thing. Anyway, it's best to watch out for that tail, especially considering it can shatter solid stone. And with that tail comes a new ability
Rock
and a
Smash,
new
handy.
attack. Starting with the new move it gets, it's called Tail Club, which is essentially a dark-type version of Iron Tail with better accuracy. And yes, I know I put it in the special ability section, but that was a mess-up, my bad, so sue me. Its real
That was better
new
the last time
special
with the
ability
abilities
is called
twice.
Sturdy Tail, which boosts the power of tail-based moves.
So it'll probably be a tough battle.
What?
Well, that one
no!
we can't beat.
Impossible! Oh, for crying out loud. That was one of my favorite Pokemon. You're gonna pay for that, you runt! Just as I thought. Just because you're a member of Team Ragnarok, that doesn't mean that you're an expert trainer. I figured that Player would be much more skilled than you. You said yourself that you are one of their newer members. But even so, I picked Player to come with me for a good reason. We at the Pokepals Guild don't just pick favorites. Favorite schmavorite. It doesn't matter if you guys manage to beat me. In case you haven't noticed, we have you outnumbered over 100 to 2. So you may have been able to best me, but I doubt that you'll be able to best all of us, no matter how powerful you are. Fine then. If we have to kick every single one of you out of this dusty old temple, then so be it! Come on, Player, let's take them on! I know for certain that neither of them are a match for the two of us combined.
I like the way you think. What?
Better make that 3. Wait, what? Who? Oh. Well, this is an unfortunate surprise. For you, that is, Team Ragnarok.
Ooh.
Sorry to arrive so suddenly, but I figured that you lot could use a hand. Hamel! What are you doing here?
Hamel?
Oh, just passing through. I was originally supposed to wait for 4 to get back, but he ended up taking longer than expected. So I decided to check on him, and what do you know, I bump into you lot here. Don't really know what you intend to do with this place, but it's going to stop. Right now. Two snot-nosed punks from some goody-goody guild is bad enough, but the last thing we want is the Double C and their big bad champions sticking their noses into this. Fine, you two win this time. But
Double C and their champion,
if you think you've stopped Team Ragnarok from accomplishing their goals, you are sorely mistaken. We will succeed with the job that we have been given, and the both of you will be paying the price for getting in our way. Troops, retreat! Oh, no you don't. If you guys are going anywhere, it's jail. Forgive me, you two, but I need to take care of this lot. You guys just make sure to get that scroll
so
over there.
Like the champion
I can handle them myself.
Or just the next
Go,
place?
Dragavalanche!
Oh boy. With a Pokemon like that, probably League Champion. Even though this thing probably doesn't have a league, but you know what I mean.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the pseudo-legendary of this region, Dragavalanche,
the Dragon
the
Ice.
Ice Dragon Pokemon. Back in days of old, these creatures were feared for their immense power and strength. Only the greatest trainers back in the day had the guts to tame one of these. But
I like how it has a
if they
face on
did,
its stomach.
well, they would become legends. And would be remarkably feared too, thanks to this Pokemon's powerful ice breath. You see that hole on the end of its nose? That isn't there for no reason. Oh, no. It's capable of firing concentrated liquid nitrogen out of it. That's how this Pokemon hunts its prey, and why it was so feared. It was said that
like
it could create a blizzard with just one sneeze. Take as much time as you need to get that scroll. Me and my Pokemon here are more than enough to take out the rest of those grunts. We can rile them up on our own easily. Come on, old boy, let's have some fun. Ice Beam attack!
Female.
Well, you heard him, player. Let's wrap this up, shall we? You go and get that scroll while I watch your back to make sure that no other grunts try anything tricky. Don't you worry about Hamel.
I love
that the Double C's champion after all, the highest ranking guild member in all of the region. So he can handle this with both of his arms tied behind his back. So you just worry about that scroll. Well, we're just following orders. Let's grab that scroll and get the heck out of here. Huh. You know, for such a big scroll, there doesn't appear to be that much writing on it. Although, there is something very mystical about it. And it's hard to explain, but it feels like it's pulsing. Feels like it has some sort of weird presence to it.
That's probably why they wanted it, because it's got power.
Well, unity and wanting to be united. You think there could be more of these things? Well,
Probably.
There has to be. Thor did mention there was one that was just like this back in the museum in Columbity City. Well, we better grab it and get out of here anyway.
Yeah.
Hey?
What?
What in blazes was that? Oh,
Gorgeist?
a Gorgeist. And it doesn't look too happy that we're near that scroll. My guess is that this thing must act as the guardian for it. Oh well, I'm sure we can take it. It doesn't seem too tough after all.
Don't fuck with it. Gorgeist starts emitting a strange form of energy.
Hang on a minute. Something feels odd. What is it doing?
Leave it
What
alone.
is this strange energy it's emitting?
Supercharged.
Uh-oh. And then it hits with a shadow ball. What the heck? What the hell? Became a totem Pokemon? Oof.
What on earth is this? What happened to it? It looks like it's wearing a suit of armor. And all that weird glowing energy that's pulsing out of it. What is that stuff? I've never seen anything like it. Regardless of this unusual change, this Gorgeist acts like a totem Pokemon. But not only is it way stronger than a normal Gorgeist, but it's also drastically different as well. It's now a grass fire type instead of a grass ghost type, and has the ability Cursed Body. Also, just like a totem Pokemon, it can summon random wild Pokemon
Just
straight
don't
out
summon
of
a Lola
nowhere
Molas
to
and we'll
aid
be
it in
fine.
battle. In this fella's case, it can summon
Oh god, it's got
Troll,
effects
which can
for it.
survive
Ugh.
one-hit kill moves with Sturdy, or boost its power with Rototiller,
This would be
or
annoying.
Shroomish, which can shut down your Pokemon's abilities with Worry Seed and affect them with multiple status conditions through its special ability Effect Spores, as well as Poison and Sleep Powder. With these two into consideration, saying you're going to beat this Pokemon is easier said than done. But regardless of the sudden appearance of this bizarre form that Gorgeist has taken upon itself, I'm sure both you and your Pokemon will be able to pull through, should you put your
Hopefully.
mind to it.
Gorgeist stares at you, tired but decisively.
I'm not sure what it said, but I believe that it's allowing us to take the scroll now that we've proven ourselves by beating him in battle. Actually, considering the fact that it's just toddled off to God knows where, I think that's pretty accurate.
It flew back to the
But
mountains.
it did leave something behind. It looks like a fragment of that Pokemon's armor. Let's take it with us. I'm sure Thor knows something about it. He has mentioned on a few occasions about armor fragments or something like that.
You got a patch
Alright then,
fragment.
with all that said and done, let's grab that scroll and get the heck out of here.
You got the mysterious scroll.
Smashing performance as always, Himmel. Thank you for your assistance. Not that we needed it. We Mimico guild members could have handled it with no fuss or bother. I think you very much could have, Thor. Although I did have to come in and see why you were taking so long. I never imagined that Team Ragnarok would be here, though. Well, what else did you expect from those money-loving nutcases? I swear, if I come across them ever again, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind, and show them what a real Pokemon guild can do. And the next time, I won't need the assistance of another guild to take on those douches. Although, despite not wanting your assistance, it would be foolish of me to not thank you for your help. So yeah, thank you. Pleasure to be of service. Now then, player, was it? Was there something that you wanted to tell us?
You tell them what you came across. The Gorgeist.
Ah, so I see. It looks like you, player, have come across your first armor-charged Pokemon.
Armor-charged?
Quite right, Thor. Don't worry about them, player. There's something very common in this region. Although I never really heard of one that was so in control of its armored state before. Indeed, you and I know very well what those forms can do to a Pokemon.
The gimmick of the game doesn't sound cool to me. I make up my own version, like Mega Evolutions.
What about that?
Like, it's not make a Charizard. It's a Charizardite.
Didn't really appear to have that much text on it, but it just felt
like
peculiar.
Dynamax
and I think Team Ragnarok already have one that's just like it. Himmel, you
Whatever
and the
it's
Double
called,
C didn't really tell me
Z
much
moves stay
about
the
this
same,
temple,
though, 'cause they're just
or
Z
what was
moves.
inside of
Fine.
it. You think you can let a bit more slip? Perhaps
I've
I
heard
could tell
this
you,
like
Thor,
Armored
but
Evolution or
definitely not
something.
player here. I don't think he's ready to learn about this sort of thing. Rubbish! Player was the
Just a
butter
me
to
thing.
my
I'm not
bread
telling
back in
anyone
that
to change
temple.
anything.
Sure, he may not be a very high-ranking member, at least not yet, but I'm sure he can lend some form of assistance. The way I see it, he can catch just about any type of Pokeball you throw at him. Alright then, suit yourself. But keep in mind,
Throws a
Thor,
Master Ball.
he's your responsibility, and you don't want him to end up like the last person you had responsibility for. Hey, it's not my fault that he spilt coffee all over my father's favorite shirt. You know how petty he can get over stupid things like that. I mean, he didn't have to take his guild license away for life.
Jeez.
Well, nevertheless, if he slips up, it's on you. Got it? Duly noted.
Note to self, don't give
Excellent.
coffee to Thor's
Now then,
father.
I don't have time to explain any of it now, but I think I can arrange a time to speak with the two of you in Heron City. Meet me in the Battle Palace.
In
and I'll
Harem
be able to
City, but
talk
I'm not a
about it
harem
to you guys
protagonist,
there.
I'm the Pokemon
In the
one.
meantime,
Oh, wait.
I have other things to attend to. So I hope the two of you can make
harem-
the time to show up as
Harem
well.
City, but I don't want to be in any
and,
Sakai.
Thor, try to stay out
There's
of
already
trouble.
too many of those.
Thor, make sure you stay out of trouble. Ugh, who does he think he is?
A champion.
Oh yeah, right, the highest ranking guild member in all the region. Anyway, good job back there, player. I expected nothing less from all the performances that you've already done before. Thank you for your fine help in this job, my friend. I best be off back to the Pokepals Guild now, but I'll be sure to see you in Heron City, right?
Yes.
Haha, glad to hear it. Well, see you around, player. Oh, and if you ever bother paying a visit to the guild in Heron City, make sure to show that old Sea Dog Navy gets a real lesson taught to him for what he did to us before we came here. Phew, what a day. It appears the more we encounter Team Ragnarok, the more questions are asked. Like, who is their buyer? Or what does he want with all these scrolls that they're gathering?
And how do they
what
put the
exactly
M's
are
on the
these
M&Ms?
armor-charged forms? Well, I'm afraid we're going to have to answer those questions next time, as our journey through Cryoto continues.
Your game has been saved. Alright. So I once again go over my team, in which case not a lot of changes, but there is probably one exclusion. Okay, so I keep Oxanine, Ferris Wheel, I think that's his name, Alolan Vulpix, Trubbish of course, there's another one, freak, I forgot one. Nope, that memory just got them walked away. The change though would be the Apple Pokemon would be replaced with the Teddiursa because this was the Dragon type is, I need Water type coverage at some points. And the 6th one was the 6th one, so it stays. That's it.